Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the inaugural points-paying race for the CIL Short Track Showdown. I'm your producer, Matthew Nordberg. Joining me in the booth for tonight's race is going to be Andrew McCall and Jordan Brooks. We are in for a fantastic race this evening here at USA International Speedway. The current weather is about 68 degrees Fahrenheit, ambient 74% humidity with clear skies and a slight 2-mile-per-hour breeze. This track, only about 0.63 miles in length. It's going to be a fantastic race. Andrew, Jordan, what are you two looking forward to tonight in this great race?
Oh yeah, just absolutely looking forward to the just the start of the series. It's going to be a great one. First race for the short track series. How about you, Andrew? Excited to get the series off the ground?
Oh, I'm pumped up, Jordan. I gotta say, we already had a preview of this a couple weeks ago for the Clash. So this is the first points-paying race. Looks like it's a little bit cooler than it was for the Clash, so I anticipate you'll have a little bit more grip, maybe a little bit faster times, especially at the start when everyone's got fresh tires. And I think we'll have a lot of good action tonight. I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really exciting race as our practice session just comes to a close now, and we are going to get qualifying underway. Drivers have 2 laps to set their best qualifying chance. From there, the top 12 automatically qualify for our feature race tonight. Everybody else, send them into the heat race, our last chance qualifier. Only the top 8 make it out of that. So it's going to be an exciting start here for us as we get qualifying underway. Alexander Hogarth here.
Really hugging that bottom coming off of turn 4, and that's going to be the preferred line at this racetrack. It's a little bit flat on the flatter side in the turn, so you want to stick right to the bottom.
Right there. Ooh, getting a little loose out of the corner there. And a tooth. Hurt a little bit.
A little bit smoother that time, but that's going to be a better lap. Or maybe not. He's a couple tenths slower that time. So it looks like his quickest lap, or his only lap of qualifying, is a 20.75. See, Drew Williams has put up a 20.391. That's good for provisional pole so far.
Muhammad
rolling in.
Coming in with a 20.330. It's currently sitting him atop the timesheets. There goes Ethan Johnson ahead of him. Ethan Johnson, super quick 2 weeks ago in our provisional race.
Yeah, what a lap from him.
The 20.2, the only driver into that 20.2 range.
A little bit slower that second lap. It looks like the first lap's going to be the quicker one.
And our drivers
at 700s.
There you go. Looks like Caleb Davison going to look to put in another lap here. Another Ball State car.
Yeah, most of the field's taken their laps so far. Only Cade Brown, Jared Kaler, and Josh Comfer. Now Comfer has put his lap down, 20.65. So only 2 cars left to qualify. It looks like Kaler is making his run now.
Oh, and there's it is, Cade Brown, 20.261. Just in beside his teammate of Ethan Johnson. Those 2 are quick. 2 out of the Central Carolina Community College.
Oh, there goes Kaler around.
Oof, that's not
just
gonna.
A little bit too hard on the throttle.
Collision for every 10. Those all black cars out of the Central Carolina Community College are gonna be quick tonight. Everybody's gonna be hunting them down. They lock out the front row here tonight.
Rookie team, but they're already making their presence felt.
Yeah, rookie to the CIL, both of them. Neither of them unfamiliar with this car. Both Ethan and Cade are drivers in super late models in real life, so they've got lots of practice with these super late model cars, so they're going to be quick all night and all season long.
Like Risley's making another run at it. He's currently sitting in what looks to be about 15th or 14th, it says.
Last line.
About 3.5 tenths slower. Looks like the tires have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah. Drivers only getting one set of tires here tonight. No tire changes. Got a fresh set at the start of the race and got to nurse those all the way to the end. So it's
Yep. That's going to be one of the keys to tonight is your tire management. Can you make them last? You know, are you going to try to build a gap at the beginning of the race and kind of let it fade later on, or are you going to try and save your stuff to the end? I guess we'll see which strategy wins out.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tight call between pushing out hard all race. It's going to be a matter of cautions as well. We saw in our preliminary race a couple weeks ago, just one caution starting out that race and then 99 straight green flag laps. Apologies. And it's going to be a great one here. Looks like qualifying has come to an end. All the drivers putting in both of their laps. Just wait for time to expire here.
Really impressed with Ethan Johnson. Almost a half a tenth up on the field.
Yeah, those two Central Carolina cars are both nearly half a tenth, above everybody else. And Ethan Johnson, another half tenth above his teammate. Here we go. Top 12 advance. Everybody from Cale Davison up advancing. Ryan Wilson getting the pole position here for our last chance qualifier. Starting alongside him on this front row is going to be Sterling Rilsley. Behind him, Josh Comfer, Timothy Wilms, and Alexander Hogarth. That's going to be our lineup here for our last chance qualifier. It's going to be a real good race here.
Yeah, only 5 cars, so everybody's going to make it to the feature, but still, you want to set yourself up for better track position for the feature race.
Yeah, we saw a couple weeks ago, it can be quite difficult to pass around here, so every bit of track position matters. This car is just waiting for the last car of Alexander Hogarth to join the grid, and there he goes. We'll have 25 laps or 15 minutes here for this last chance qualifier. All these drivers hoping to get every little bit of track position for our feature race here tonight.
I think what's going to be pretty important is the extra reps you get from being in this race. Plus, it'll give you a feel for the track conditions under a race situation.
Yeah, you get that real good practice racing alongside tight racing. Get used to people beside you and bumping you around a little bit more. These drivers are going to could benefit from this. So we are just waiting to get our warm-up laps started here. And here we go, we're getting rolling here. Have 2 laps to the green flag before we get going. But real exciting race. It's going to kick off our points paying races for our CIL short track showdown. It's going to be an exciting one.
I think hopefully this will be a little bit of a preview for what we'll see later on in the feature. See who's got the best car control, because in my experience driving at this track, you get a bit loose on exit. You got to be real careful with the throttle. So let's see who can keep their cars underneath them.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for that back end to step out on corner exit with these cars. So it's a lot of car controls. Lights out on the pace truck. Going to be around one more time before the green flag flies. And at a 2-3 here down the back straight. Ryan Wilson going to be hoping to get a good jump off this green flag. So we wait for the truck to pull off. There he goes, dives into the pit lane. Cars coming flag, green flag in the air.
Not a great start from the 56.
Yeah, the 56 are really slow off the rip. Lots of wheel spin.
Oh, but Risley gives it right back.
As we're 3 wide. Oh, and we're wrecking.
Oh, jeez.
That's Hogarth mixed up in there with, who else is that? That's the 86, Timothy Wilms in that Drexel car. That's a lot of damage. We'll see if he's able to continue here.
Yeah, I bet Timothy Wilms is thinking his lucky stars for the low car count, because that'd be a killer if we had more than 8 cars in this field.
Yeah, that's a real tight one there. So they just went 3 wide coming out of the corner, and that just didn't work out for them. As Ryan Wilson defending hard from Josh Comfer.
It all started with Sterling Risley. Got an amazing start, but he just overcooked it a little bit into turn 1. Might have been the cold tires. Led to that 3 wide situation off turn 2.
And Risley pulling into the pits here as well. Wonder if he's got some damage from that wreck. Looks like we have 3 cars. Alexander Hogarth staying out. He's got a lot of damage.
I see Wilms and Risley are both in pit lane.
Looks like that's going to be the end of their qualifier here, because there's no fast repairs. You get 1 chance at it, but we're going to focus on these front 2. Josh Comfort just looking for a way past.
Yeah, got a bit of a one-on-one battle here, but it's a good one so far.
And Josh getting that run out of the corner every time. Just can't get alongside that bottom lane. So much more preferred through the corners.
You see Wilson, he's shading a little bit to the inside. He's taking a defensive line. He is not going to let Comfort get to the inside of him.
Yeah, the second he gets that nose on the inside, it's going to be pretty hard to defend. So he's taking a real shallow line into these corners.
Can't overdrive it. He did it just a little bit there, but luckily he was able to stay stuck to the bottom.
Comfort going to come in with a lot more speed out of every single one of these corners. He's just not able to pull alongside.
Yes, Comfort's able to use a little bit more of the track. Ooh.
Yeah, Comfort just playing it safe, keeping it in it as we cross the line. Lap 9 underway now. It's just 25 laps. It's a very quick race. Flies by.
It's like Wilms is coming off pit lane now.
And Comfort getting alongside here. He's ahead into turns 3, 4. He's going to be able to hold it coming out.
Made the outside line work. Look at that.
There we go. Finds his way past. Josh Comfort finally making it past the 56 of Wilson. You're right, we do have Sterling Rills back on the track. Hogarth in the pits. Wilms back out on track as well. They're sitting 3 laps down, so they're not going to have a whole lot of say in this one. We start to see Josh Comfort just start to pull away a little bit here. Knowing the short race, no point in saving those tires. Push it all the way through. It's going to be safe from his...
Looks like Grizzly's okay on damage. On comparable times to the leaders, although he's 2 laps down.
Yeah, he didn't look too damaged when he pulled into the pit, so I was a little confused. I don't know if there was an alignment issue that he was able to quickly fix in the pits, but back on track. As Comfort continues to just pull away, build his lead. Keeping it
I'm Ryan Wilson. I gotta try to stay in touch with Comfort and try to learn his line and see where his exit point is.
Yeah, you see, he's not tight on the yellow line into the corner here, Confer. Just keeping it half a car width off of that yellow line. If not a little bit more on entry, and then coming right down tight on the exit. It's working really, really well for him.
Shallowing out the exit a little bit, making it straighter. Lets him carry a little bit more momentum down the straightaway.
And with these comparatively longer straights here, you want a good run down that long straight.
He's especially good at it coming out of 4.
Yeah, he's got such a good run. If Ryan loses another 10th just through that lap alone, Conver's starting to run away with this. We're on lap 16 now, less than 10 laps to go. It's gonna be Conver's to lose at this point. Just got to keep it mistake-free. Looks like he's in cruise mode now and just holding that gap.
Developed into sort of a rhythm here. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, another 10th on that lap. Still pulling another 10th or half a 10th per lap here. So nearly a second back now, Wilson. So it's gonna need a miracle really to get past Confer here. Maybe just settling out a little bit. Get used to running your line. It's gonna be a long feature race we've got.
Yeah, barring catastrophe, looks like Confer's got this one, but weird things happen in the racing. We've seen that plenty of times. So, not over till it's over, but he's looking pretty good right now.
Let's get a very good view out of the front of Ryan Wilson's car there. See, he's definitely not taking it slow. He's pushing, trying to keep up. It's just not working for him. Confer just has a slightly better line, seemingly. He loses, yeah, he had another 10th. He's losing about a 10th here per lap to Josh Confer. Here we go, 5 to go here. 4 to go. Across the line. Time's running out, and it seems like that's going to be it really for our last chance qualifier, unless something crazy does happen to Josh Confer. But
you got to feel bad for right now is Alexander Hogarth, still stuck on pit lane. Have to start the tail end of the field, and he's missing out on track time.
Track time, yeah, got caught up in that lap 1 incident. They went 3 wide down the back straight, and a little bit of movement. Get crashed out to no fault of your own. It's unfortunate, but it's going to be starting from the back. As we go. As we are about to hit the white flag lap here on our last chance qualifier. Just 2 more corners here for Josh Confer to close this one out. Nice, safe, keeping it up high all the way around. And across the line, Josh Confer is going to take our last chance qualifier. Ryan Wilson right behind him, taking that 13th and 14th spot. Rilsley is going to be taking that 15th as our last chance qualifier comes to a close, and we get set for our first points paying feature race here at USA International.
I'll say though, Sterling Rilsley was putting down some really hot laps those last few times. He's about a second faster than the leader.
Definitely, he was holding, if not gaining on the leader lap after lap towards the end. So he's going to be someone to keep an eye on as we start our 5-minute warm-up session to our feature race. So you see the results across our screen there. Josh Comfer taking it by over a second on Ryan Wilson. Sterling Rilsley taking up third, 2 laps down, and then Timothy Wilms 6th, and Alexander Hogarth, really feeling bad for him in that St. Clair College car, starting from the back. He was just unfortunate, caught up in that lap 1 incident. So our drivers continue their laps here. Let's take a look at our starting grid. It's going to be Ethan Johnson starting out pole. He's quick. His lap really quick, over half a tenth ahead of anybody else. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with this race.
He dominated the Clash a couple weeks ago. Didn't quite get the result he wanted. He ended up on top of another car coming to the checkered. But he led the vast majority of the laps, and that pit cycle at the end kind of messed him up. But I expect another great performance from him tonight.
Yeah, and he won't have to worry about that pit cycle tonight, as that issue has been fixed, and drivers should be able to make it through from green flag to checkered flag.
Taylor's hiding the wall out of turn 2.
Whoa, I know he's upside down on the exit of 2 and 3 and collects a couple of cars.
Got some shenanigans happening during the warm-up.
Oh!
Gets clobbered by another car.
Yeah, now he's back up, right? Don't think that car is going to get moving anytime soon, though.
That'll buff out.
Yes. Alrighty, let's take a rundown through this starting order. Ethan Johnson starting on our pole position, like I said earlier. Lining up beside teammate from Central Carolina Community College in Cade Brown. That's going to be a force to be reckoned with up front. Both of those drivers over half a tenth ahead of anybody else. Next up, starting that second row, Athena LeClaire from the St. Clair College. Alongside her, R. Muhammad Leaf from Ball State. Jared Kaler lining up behind them. Beside Andrew Williams. Jason Willott from Drexel University. It's going to be lining up alongside Austin DeLong from the Penn College of Technology. Behind him, you've got another St. Clair College car of Zachary DeWale, and Ryan Whitlock locks out our top 10 finishers.
And starting in 11th, we have Matt Stowecki, listed as privateer, so it looks like he might be unaffiliated with the university at the moment. And in 12th, we have Cale Davidson, the Ball State man. Ball State out of Muncie, Indiana. 13th is Ryan Wilson. 13th is Ryan Wilson in the Minnesota State Mankato, number 56. 14th is Sterling Risley, the number 9 out of University of North Carolina, Charlotte. A new teammate to our own Jared Kaler. Then 15th is Josh Kompfer out of Kansas State. And 16th, we have Timothy Wilms out of Drexel. And rounding out the field will be Alexander Hogarth, another one of the St. Clair College cars.
3 of those St. Clair College cars very spread out throughout our field here today. So it doesn't look like they'll have too much of an opportunity to link up and maybe work together. But I'm sure if they do find each other side by side, they'll race each other a little less hard, try and work their way up together to the front of the field. So our warm-up here is about to come to an end. Drivers just finish up their last laps as that checkered flag falls. It's exciting. This new series getting started up, the super late models for our short track student showdown here in the CIL. Drivers taking the grid for the first time in a points paying race.
Yep, Collegiate iRacing League has traditionally been a mixed student and alumni league, but here we go. It's a perfect chance for just the students to show off their skills tonight.
Yeah, this is an all-student grid here. No alumni drivers allowed to be racing in this one. This is an all-student series we've got set up now with the CIL. So that's going to be a great place for all these students to show off their skills and their colleges. There was a lot of really, really nice looking paint jobs on some of these cars here. We just wait for everybody to join up to the grid here. And we are underway. Our pace lap's getting started here. A little bit of nerves maybe creeping into some of these drivers who weren't in our race a couple of weeks ago. Our Muhammad Alif, one of those, he was not here for our Clash race. Starting up third, he's going to want a good start to try and catch on to these Central Carolina cars that are walking out the front of our grid today. 16 and the 51 in those all black cars. Both going to be looking to get a great start.
I'm looking at is Zach DeWale. Looks like he's starting in 10th. Maybe a little bit further back than what you'd expect out of him. He's a multi-time College Cup Series winner. So we'll see if he can make up a few spots on the start and throughout the race.
Yeah, Zachary DeWale, we've seen really good turnouts for him in the College Cup Series. Coming just second place in our last season, just missing out on that championship. Beat out by Jared Kaler, so a little bit of a rivalry between those two. Kaler starting a couple rows up ahead of him in that UNC Charlotte car. So the pace truck is off, and we go green for the CIL Short Track Showdown.
Leaf didn't get going. Williams already to the inside.
Athena Leclerc takes that third spot. Cade Brown here getting...
There's a
and
yellow.
The yellow flag is out. We'll see what that incident is. So, oh, it looks like Ryan Wills going slow. We'll see if we can get a replay of this start here.
Yeah, Leaf just didn't quite get going. That opened up an opportunity for Drew Williams to get by him on the inside.
A lot of gaps opening up on that restart. Try and see what caused this yellow flag coming back. Oh, and there it is. 17 Ball State of Cale Davison getting dumped there seemingly by the 78. That's unfortunate. You keep it clean after that. Oh, look at those two tracks.
Wilson doing an amazing job getting stopped in time.
Yeah, Ryan Wilson, that's maybe a little bit of a Code Brown moment as he just sees a car rolling down the banking right in front of him. He's able to get it to a stop. Get past Timothy Wilms. Osel just getting by. And Wilson as her drivers line back up.
There's a little bit of contact there, but it looks like everybody was able to minimize the damage. No harm, no foul. Everybody keep going.
Yeah. Just gonna keep it rolling.
Looks like Davidson and Comp were both issued EOL penalties for the incident.
Josh Comfort, yep, he's end of line right behind that 17 Ball State car. They've killed Davison. They're sitting at the back of the field. Not a whole lot changing between those two. Looks like they just switched positions after that. Shouldn't be too much damage, as everyone seemed to make it around the 17 of Cale Davison as he was spun.
Curious to see on the restart to see if we have a bit of a hang up on that outside line again. It seemed to be a theme. We had a big stack up on the start of the clash that led to a relatively big accident. And we, again, Muhammad Alif didn't quite get going on the outside, so we'll see if that ends up becoming a theme.
It's on the inside now. Lost a couple of positions on that restart, on the start, sorry. As he got a lot of wheel spin, didn't get a great jump. And so it's going to be just going to be looking for a bit of a better launch here this time. That's not going to want to repeat those, especially if we keep getting cautions, losing out on much needed track position.
At this 76 car from Drexel, Jason Wallet. He was our Daytona winner in the College Cup Series. He's had a really nice start to his collegiate iRacing League career. Let's see if he can put another solid performance together.
And there goes the pace truck. We'll get ready to go back to green racing. There we go. Green flag in the air.
Much more even from the outside line this time. Looks like Cade Brown got a little bit of a jump.
Cade Brown pulling out just half a car length on his teammate on the outside there. Muhammad Alif getting a much better restart on that one. Not losing out, keeping that 5th position.
Door for the lead.
Side by side here. Once again through turns 1 and 2 for the lead. Wheel to wheel, dead even between these two.
Looks like Johnson's going to get that position.
Ethan Johnson just going to pull out. Athena Leclerc looking to put her nose in, just not going to make it. Cade Brown from Central Carolina going to keep second.
All settled into single file.
These two Central Carolina cars starting to pull away a little bit. Just a little bit. Athena Leclerc keeping on them, keeping them smart. Andrew Williams right on the back of that number 12 of Muhammad Alif. It's one of the drivers who was not present for the Clash race. Maybe a little bit less experience around here than the Clemson University car of Andrew Williams.
He's also putting a little bit of pressure on Kaler, but taking it relatively easy. Only a few laps into this race.
Nobody looking to push too hard as Zachary DeWale looks to make a move on what seems to be the 76 of Jason Wallat. Got his nose on the inside. Pulls along.
March to the front.
So a very quick start here. Zachary DeWale.
All doing a really good job holding the outside line now.
Yeah, they're sitting dead even. Zachary with a little bit of a lead heading across the stripe. He's going to clear him here. Slide up in front.
Opportunity for Whitlock on the outside of DeLong.
And now DeLong under attack. Here. Pushing really, really hard here early. Everybody seeming to not think too hard about tire conservation. Taking it slow to start. Everybody's looking for track position off the top of this one. They stay side by side. Ryan Whitlock right alongside, just carrying a little bit more speed through these corners.
Oh, gets in the wall.
Yeah, tags the wall a little bit there.
We'll see what Whitlock was able to do there. Oh, as he gets touched just a little bit, but we'll see if what Whitlock will be able to do there will become a pattern throughout the race, because if you can make that outside line work, if you can rubber it in, you'll be able to pinch the car on the inside, not let them use the whole tracks. Then you'll be able to carry a lot of momentum coming off the corner, then maybe you can make some passes that way.
Like we saw in our last chance qualifier from, who was it, Comfort, sorry. Comfort doing a really good job of showing us exactly what you're talking about in our last chance qualifier. And
86 sideways.
86, Timothy Wilms
Somehow saved it. Wow.
keeps it clean, keeps it off the wall. He got very, very sideways out of turn 1, 2. See if we can get there's a replay of it. It was through 3 and 4. We got a little bit of help. No, just overcooking it a little bit into 3.
I forgot a little bit of a shunt from Cale Davidson in that incident too.
We see Ryan Wilson defending hard from Alexander Hogarth, who's made his way up the field pretty well here. Started last. Alexander Hogarth now up to 14th. He's done well to work his way through this traffic.
Already made up 4 spots here. We'll see if he can keep that going. Williams putting the pressure on our Muhammad Ali for that fifth spot.
He's right on him. He's been on him since our restart. Has not been able to find a way past. It's very difficult to make an overtake stick around here.
And one thing you can do is you can just hang out right behind the guy you're chasing, see if you can force him into a mistake. Williams has the experience. He won the Clash a couple weeks ago.
Williams, our Clash winner from 2 weeks ago. We saw him most of the race. He was the one defending from Jason Willott for a large portion of that one. So he knows exactly how a Leaf is feeling. He's right on his bumper. You get a great view out of the front windshield. He's just waiting for a mistake out of our Muhammad Ali.
Just shy of giving him the bumper.
Yeah. He's doing really well to keep it clean.
I think he did get him a little bit there.
He's going to take a glance down the inside, but it's just too far out now.
The thing Williams is doing is he's taking a little bit of a later entry into the corner. It's helping him rotate through the center a bit better and straighten off the exit. Helps carry a little bit more momentum.
Muhammad Ali has built up that little bit of a gap again. But Williams is all over him. So we got Ryan Whitlock under attack. Ryan Whitlock attacking, sorry.
Off for third, and there's a crash. Kaler upside down. Oh my goodness.
Yellow flag, big wreck across the line there. Jared Kaler, just like we saw in the warm-up, on his roof. That's going to be our second caution of the night. We'll see what happened on that one. Kaler getting on the inside of Athena Leclerc.
Got there. He just
and
tried to clear himself.
Clears himself
on the wall.
Yeah, it's hard to put that one on Athena Leclerc. He did just clear himself up. UNC Charlotte car, and no fast repairs. That's likely going to be the end of his night. Yeah, we see him sitting in the pit box there.
Really unfortunate end to the night competitively for Kaler.
So we pull all the cars back even again. It's, yeah, it looks like that's likely the end of Kaler's race. You can see Charlotte Carr. We know he's very, very quick at these ovals. He is our CIL Cup champion from last season. So he is an unfortunate start to his short track CIL debut.
Also curious about the extent of the damage on Athena Leclerc's car. She took a pretty big hit into the wall.
Athena Leclerc, it's like going to be an end of line penalty.
That might be better in the long run.
Yeah, keep out of the keep it out of trouble from here on out.
And might let her gauge some of the damage too. See if it's a hindrance at all to her.
See, there's just a little bit of damage you can see on the outside, that front passenger side corner on the outside of that St. Clair car.
It looks like she'll take the opportunity to pit.
Yeah, she's gonna jump into the pits. And she's gonna hopefully get as much of that repaired in the allotted time as well.
Yeah, remember, no fast repairs in this race, so whatever you've got, you've got. See if you can fix it on pit road.
Yeah, it's cruel. No second chances, but just mirroring real life, you get one shot at it. If you make a little bit of a mistake, someone near you makes a little bit of a mistake. So you see Athena Leclerc pulling back out. She able to as the pace truck lights are out, we get ready to go green once again. Coming back down this back straight. Our Muhammad Alif on the inside of Andrew Williams, hoping for a better start, and he got off the start just like he did off of that last yellow. And those two Central Carolina cars still walking at the front of our field. And we go green here. Both of those Central Carolina cars getting a great start side by side again. Ethan Johnston just taking the lead. Cade Brown just gonna tuck in behind his teammate. Zachary DeWale making some moves, working his way up the field. He started.
He went way high in turn one.
And cost him. It's Matt Stowecki on the inside of the 22 of Austin DeLong. He's going to make that one stick. Rilsey goes up the track, or sorry, goes down the inside there of Josh Comfort. It's a battle we didn't get to see in our LCQ. But it's one we are seeing right now as Ryan Wilson defending hard now as well. Lots of action all around the track. Jason Willott from Drexel University, he's defending hard. Ryan Whitlock all over his bumper. We get a good view out of the front of his windshield. Taking a little bit of a look. Maybe just trying to get in that mirror a little bit. Whitlock not making a move there.
Well, this battle for third, same song, different verse. Andrew Williams putting the pressure on our Muhammad Ali.
unable to get by him on that restart. Gonna stick behind. So we see our top two from Central Carolina just pulling away a little bit once again. They're both pulling about half a second here on the grid. And the rest of the field here, so they're off, working together, not fighting each other too hard. See how long they keep that up. This race is starting to fly by. Lap 40 out of 100 this time around. Andrew Williams still right on that bumper. Getting very used to the sight of the back of that Ball State car.
I just want to mention Jared Kaler is back on track after being on his roof. He's 3 laps down, but if he gets enough cautions, he could potentially get himself back on the lead lap, as he's the only car off the lead lap right now.
That is crazy. He's back racing again. And we know he's quick enough. He just has to get a little bit of luck with a couple of cautions. Quick as to not have anybody else go lap down. He sits. Unfortunately, 17th now.
Competitive times though, and that might be all he needs. About a 10th off the leader that last time.
Yeah, he's really quick with that freshened up car. His pit crew able to get that car working as we're looking to make a move on this 56 car here. As these top two continue to pull away.
Kaler is just saying, well, cautions aren't going to give me my laps back, I might do it myself.
As he starts to work his way back up the field. Just incredible if he's able to make it back onto the lap. Great story. He's got to keep pushing hard though.
Claire has already made up a few positions herself, back up to 12th, all the way from that end of line penalty.
Got a little bit of clean air in front of her now.
Got a bit of a gap to the 9 of Sterling Risley, who got a bit loose off turn 2 that time.
Yeah, he's made a couple of those mistakes, Risley, this race. Just running a little too deep. He's sitting behind Josh Comfer right now. We got a little bit of a line starting to form up behind this 25 of Matt Stowecki.
Stowecki doing a pretty good job tonight, running 8th. He's the James Madison University driver. Mentioned he was unaffiliated at the beginning. There must have been some kind of technical glitch there, but he is with James Madison.
Rilsey.
Pretty good job holding off these 3 cars behind him.
They're pushing real hard. And the UNC Charlotte teammate of Jared Kaler. But he's struggling, pushing, can't get by. Take a look at Andrew Williams' process here on R. Muhammad Alif, and it looks like he's just being caught up by Zachary DeWale. This battle slowing down this 3rd and 4th place. Zachary starting to catch up to them.
If they keep fighting each other like this, they're just going to wear their tires out, and that's going to let the O2 of DeWale pounce on them.
These top 2 of Ethan Johnson and Cade Brown have been cruising tonight though, out in front. No one really able to catch up to them and challenge them for this lead. Zachary pulls right up to the back of these two. 02 St. Clair College car. He's just looking, waiting for his opportunity. He's saving his tires a little bit more. Gonna be a battle to keep an eye on as Matt Stowecki has a car down his inside. That's the 22 of Austin DeLong. followed tightly behind. Whew, DeLong getting a little loose out of the corner. Josh Comfort unable to make his way through as he's real slow in the middle of that corner. Oh, as Andrew Williams gets alongside, it's a little bit of help from Zachary DeWale, who's going to look to follow him right through. Andrew Williams finally starting to make some progress, and DeWale right there too, keeping his nose alongside to get the inside line on our Muhammad Alif, that Ball State car. Losing 2 positions in that 1 lap alone. Zachary DeWale just going to look to close this out. As you see how much this battle has cost these two. You look, Andrew Williams half a second up the road already. Just pulling away from the side-by-side battle. See how much it slows you down.
And that pass was coming, Jordan. He was putting a ton of pressure on Alif that whole time.
Zach DeWale catching right up to the back of him, right at the right time. He's able to use that opening. Now start to hunt down Andrew Williams with some clean air.
See if Williams can get up to the back of this number 16 car, Cade Brown. Brown's dropped off a little bit from the leader, Ethan Johnson, just under 1.2 seconds. That was in the last lap.
Yeah, Cade Brown and Ethan Johnson, both new to the CIL this year, both just running the short track series. And they are dominating currently, just holding out these 1-2 position. So we've got Josh Comfort coming by the 25 of Matt Stowecki. And the number 9 of Sterling Rilsley going to follow him right through. And make it clean past Stowecki. That's going to be unfortunate. He's going to fall again 2 positions, 1 lap.
Hogarth's right there too, by the way.
Yeah, he has really worked his way up the field so far. Hogarth started last. It's moved up a couple positions, fallen back down, moved up. Big up and down race.
Leclerc, my bad. It's Athena Leclerc taking that spot.
Yeah. Zachary DeWale and Andrew Williams both starting to hunt down Cade Brown here. The number 9 of Sterling Rilsley starting to make it past the 78 of Josh Comfort now. Leclerc, ooh,
just a little touch.
Real close to the bumper, keeping it clean. 1 end of line penalty. She's not going to want another in this race. She's got to keep it clean, and she dumps him. Dumps him. Josh Comfort.
There it is.
Just getting sent there. An absolute dive bomb by Athena Leclerc. There's not really any other way to put that one. Don't think that decision's going to be too hard for our stewards here today.
Yeah, just a little bit too aggressive. She got a really good run through the middle of the corner. 78 of Comfort, not so much, but they just came together going through turn 4. 78 ends up the wrong way on the track.
Real close. Athena Leclerc just too hot into the corner. Not expecting the speed difference of Josh Comfort. That's... and who that collects? Is that a... Cale Davidson? Yeah, that is a Ball State car.
Davidson again. 78 and the 17 coming together for a second time this race.
Josh Comfort's not going to be too happy about that one. Just absolutely sent into the corner. Just nothing really he could do. As Matt Stowecki is in the pits. I wonder if he's got some damage, hit the wall a couple of times, possibly.
Might have bent something in that right front. Yeah, as expected, Leclerc gets another end of line penalty. So start the journey all over again.
Yeah, she really worked her way back up to the front after the back into that midfield pack, really, after that first end of line penalty. Starting right back over.
If we were keeping track of number of cars passed tonight, I'm sure Leclerc would either be leading or right up there.
I can't imagine anybody else climbing up and then falling back down that many times. So we see Andrew Williams and that Ultima Corvette Mustang logos he's got on the back of his car. That Clemson University 24.
You can buy those on Mondays.
So we are back under yellow. Jared Kaler getting his first lap back. He's going to need 2 more laps, just 2 laps down now. Who's that in the pits? That's Kaler in the pits again. Maybe looking for a little bit more repairs being done, trying to stay up on that lead lap though.
Well, this caution gave him one of his laps back, so now he's only 2 laps down.
And looks like that was maybe a strategic play there to just dive into the pits, bend back some of that potty panels, get back out before losing your lap again.
Yeah, I mean, when you get the lucky dog, you usually have to start at the end of the line, so might as well come in, spend all the time you can on pit road, get all that damage repaired.
Indeed, Andrew Williams, I'm sure going to be under a lot of pressure on this restart here. With Zachary Doyle, oh, he has made his way up the field. He started in 9th, now up into 4th. Up 5 positions from the start. And we line up. Lights out, green flag this lap. Speed 51 pulls a little bit behind there. Gonna catch right back up to the safety truck. And get ready to go back racing once again. So we go green flag racing once again. Those 2 Central Carolina cars.
And there goes the 81, nearly spins around. And the 56 sideways as well.
Got cars sideways in the back of the field. We're still green at this point. And those 2 Central Carolina cars kind of got it coordinated down as Zachary Doyle stays alongside Andrew Williams. Keeping that outside, working those tires. As Muhammad Alif starting to make a move. He's going to keep that position for now. Zachary Doyle just trying to get past Andrew Williams.
Doyle hanging really tough on the outside. He's doing a great job just pinning the 24 Williams down the bottom, and then
a little bit of contact. The 81, he's going to lose, or the 02, sorry, going to lose a couple of positions. This slot
right to the back of the 12.
He's pushing hard. He wants these positions.
Looks like he's not very happy. There it goes again. My goodness.
Very, very unhappy here.
That was no
Seems to take his anger out on the 12th here. Muhammad Alif doing really well to keep his car straight as Zach's going to give him the bumper again. Trying to push him up. And again. And again.
Oh my goodness.
3 times.
Advantage.
And Whitlock, Zach's got to calm down just a little bit here. Deep breath. Focus on your race. Do not throw it away now. Because we have less than 30 laps to go. You don't want to wreck someone and get that end of line penalty. Now, like you said, under attack from Whitlock. He's going to clear him though. Start working back up. He's got quite a bit of damage on that inside front quarter panel. That can't be helping him out.
The whale was going to go with the red mist there. Ended up being the big loser in that battle. Could have been worse.
Yeah, he's very lucky that Muhammad Alif was able to keep his car straight after 4, 5, even possibly 6 contacts to the rear bumper.
Short track racing.
Yeah, Zach really using...
Oh, Alif into the wall.
Alif scraping that wall a little bit. That's going to help Zach out, hopefully make his way back up front.
I'm wondering if he got a lot of damage off that. Those are 2 pretty hard hits. Alif clipped the end of the opening on the back straightaway.
Yeah, that's not going to help. It's these two leaders taking full advantage of our battle here for third. Ethan Johnson and Cade Brown just pulling both over a second here, second and a half ahead now of the rest of the field. They're just cruising, those two Central Carolina teammates. They have been on luck all night long.
Wales steadily catching the 12's relief again, little by little, making his way back to the bumper.
See if he's collected himself, if he does find that 12 car again. Maybe get his head straight again, keep it clean.
Meanwhile, Athena Leclerc, hard charger extraordinaire, all the way back to 10th after the other end of line penalty. That looks like she'll get 9th.
Absolutely flying out here tonight.
Oh, Risley and Davidson just got side by side, door to door there.
So it looks like
a lot of action.
Oh, big hit off the wall, and it's Stuwecki into the wall on the inside. That's going to be another caution. And another lap back for Jared Kaler. He's now just one lap down. Matt Stuwecki, the big loser there. We're going to have to see a replay of that, see how that turned out.
It's another lap for Kaler.
Yeah. As, contact into 1-2. I saw someone hit the wall on the exit here. Yeah, it's the 17. Davidson, big contact with the wall. And then Stuwecki checking up.
Oh, Kaler got in the wall too and just runs over the 25 of Stuwecki.
Yeah, Stuwecki checking up. Kaler just unable to react in time. Rough race for Jared Kaler here. He's caught up in another incident.
No penalties assessed yet. We'll see what the stewards' decisions are. A lot going on there. Might have to take a pretty long look at that incident.
Yeah, that was two incidents combined, as there was a big door-to-door contact entering 1 and 2, and then exit of 3 and 4. Couple cars into the wall, checking up. Couple cars unable to check up in time. Stuwecki coming back onto the track here.
I feel bad for him, just trying to do his due diligence, slowing up for 17 hitting the wall and just gets run over.
We're going to get another look at Zachary DeWale. Big bump off the 24 of Andrew Williams. He slots back in. Let's see, how many times did he get to the bumper? That's one. Big hit there, sending them both up the track.
Everybody behind them is just watching with
in pace.
Eyes.
How did he save that one?
Ooh, don't like when you see the side numbers.
Zachary DeWale just clearly just got a little bit of that red mist. A little upset after that contact with Williams, and really took it out on the 12. It's into 3-4 again. He's gonna get big contact. That's the third time. He's really lucky to not have an end of the line penalty. Our Muhammad Alif really showing off the car control skills.
And DeWale's turning Alif's race into an involuntary Formula Drift audition.
It looks like you're starting to get side by side here again. Not going to be too long till we're back to green flag racing. Not many laps to go. We're less than 20 laps to go. Maybe 17 this time by. So, running out of time for some of these people farther back in the field. See if anybody's able to break the iron wall that has been Central Carolina. Those front two locking down the front spots all day, all night. Just keeping pace with each other and just pulling away, not hurting each other's lap times, just working together. We'll see how long that continues. So I'm sure both
And less than 20 to go here. I wonder if that ends soon.
And we are about to go back green flag racing. And just like before, Ethan Johnson tucking in front. And they line up and start pulling away right away.
Leaf, a nice restart, trying to get that third spot back from Williams, and he's going to clear all contact.
Williams making a big save. Zachary Doyle to the bumper of Williams now. We'll see if there's a little bit of revenge here.
Leaf was about 99% clear.
Almost cleared himself too early. Zach's got to worry about Whitlock before he can think about that 24 of Andrew Williams. He clears himself with the 81. Eyes forward for that 0-2.
Don't look now, but Athena Leclerc is back up to 8th.
Look at that. What an incredible race from Athena Leclerc. Getting one end of line penalty, working her way back up into the top 10, and then a second end of line penalty, and then back up into the top 10 once again. Athena Leclerc, what an incredible race.
Want to issue a correction. It looks like Kaler did not get one of his laps back, that last yellow, maybe because he was involved in that incident.
Yeah, possibly getting the end of line penalty, negating his safety. And we had keep everything moving forward. Zachary Doyle catching up to Andrew Williams. Woo, gives him a bit of a push right through the middle of the corner.
Closing laps, getting riskier and riskier every time.
12 to go. It's going to be 11 across the stripe here. Zach pushing for every position. He's really going to want to be up front.
Wondering how much he's motivated by trying to get back to that 12 car.
You got to wonder if he's able to keep his head cool after big contact with Andrew Williams earlier. So we got, Comfort! Woo,
Oh my
nearly
goodness.
spinning the 2-0 of Alexander Hogarth. They're looking
Side by
like
side still.
side by side. Hogarth losing out big time from that. Sitting out on all three positions. Tucks in behind the 17 of Cale Davison.
Lucky's still hanging tough, even with the damage. And there's a car
big
in the wall.
hit into the wall.
56 climbed the outside wall.
The 56 hitting the wall again. Everybody pushing so hard. So we continue to fight here at the back now as Timothy Wilms from Drexel University. He's looking to make a move on Stowecki. Can't find anything there. So our battle up at the front seems to have calmed down a little bit. We see the leaders come by. Not pulling away as much as we saw on the previous stint, as we've got 7 laps to go here. Coming to 6 as they cross the line. Running out of time for everybody. Our Muhammad Alif just half a second now on Andrew Williams. It's Ethan Johnson, cruise control on. He's been cruising all night.
Not sure if Kate Brown has enough to catch that 51 of Ethan Johnson.
Yeah, he's been tucked in behind him all night. Let's see if he's been saving some tires by doing so. It's Jason Willott. Yeah, Cade Brown, sorry, possibly turning on the jets a little bit here late, as we are 5 to go. This time around, we're 5 down, 4 to go now. Laps counting down quick. Not a lot of time. It's Jason Willott pressuring Athena Leclerc hard. And Williams has caught up to R. Muhammad Alif once again. We've seen this battle a couple of times with laps counting down how patient is Williams going to be? He's got to stay right on the bumper if he's going to do anything.
Well, here's the bridge of that song coming down to the final verse.
3 to go, coming to 2 to go this time by. Gonna be the white flag next lap. So enter 1 and 2. 2 to go. Perhaps counting down.
Johnson looking pretty good here, holding about a half-second lead on his teammate, Cade Brown.
And there's Muhammad Leaf as they come around to the white flag last lap in our feature race here tonight. Our first points paying race, and Andrew Williams getting right to the bumper of Muhammad Alif. 2 corners to go. Is he gonna use that bumper a little bit? Way too far into the wall. Way too deep into the corner. And
Zachary the wall, and there's more contact.
And big contact with the O2. And the O2 is gonna lose out on a couple of positions. Muhammad Alif losing out big. He's gonna end 5th. What a finish. Andrew Williams getting by last corner. As there is a little bit of anger here as Muhammad Alif sends it way too deep into 3-4. And the 51 is just gonna park it right into our victory circle. Not even gonna burn it.
Among all the hot tempers, we forget to mention that Ethan Johnson dominated and won this race.
Ethan Johnson led every single lap, I believe. I don't think there's anybody that was going to be able to challenge him. As we see, here's the replay of that final corner as he's just, that 12 just coming right down on top of the O2. So we see the entrance into 3-4. Muhammad Alif just way too much.
Throttle stuck.
Yeah, that's strange. And Zach just getting into the bumper and just can't get by him.
Yeah, Leaf just trying to preserve his position.
Leaf using every last bit, trying to just block. Maybe a little unfair, just knowing he's slow, just using the O2's momentum to push him across the finish line.
As fate would have it, just comes down right in front of his new nemesis, the O2 of Zachary DeWale. Even after the finish, DeWale's teammates gave Alif a piece of their minds.
Yeah. Dino Leclerc getting into the 12. Here's the entrance again. You just see that 12 just... I don't know if he missed the brake or
Alif
just
is saying... Alif is saying in the chat that his throttle's stuck going into turn 3 that last lap.
Yeah, his throttle stuck. That would explain it, as you see him still full throttle after hitting the wall, and that's what's causing him to come down into the traffic of, unfortunately, the O2. There were lots of contact between these two. As you see, just losing out to Ryan Whitlock before the line. Zachary DeWale, unfortunate, he was running so well and then ends up 6th after that race. You see him stop, and you see the O2 showing his anger after that race. Oh, those tempers are flaring. He is not happy with our Muhammad Alif here tonight.
That's where you kind of see the license people take, you know, considering it's a virtual racing series. Nobody's safety is at risk here, so maybe you have a little bit more room to show your emotions. Doesn't necessarily make them good, but, you know, the opportunity's there. People will take it.
Yeah, emotions boiling over for Zachary DeWale a couple of times in that race. Seemingly all taken out on the 12 of our Muhammad Alif. What a finish, though, to that race. Andrew Williams finding his way onto the podium in the final corner. Ethan Johnson, he takes it, though. Start to finish, he led all the way through. Cade Brown, as well, his teammate, just followed him in P2, start to finish. Those two just sat together. They kept it clean. Didn't fight each other too hard. Those Central Carolina Community College cars just working together for a clean 1-2 finish. Andrew Williams closing out our top 3 podium positions here from that Clemson car. Ryan Whitlock, he got past our Muhammad Ali right before the 12 was able to cross that line. So he'll squeeze 4th out. Muhammad Ali, because of all of that anger at the end of that race, comes in 5th. Austin DeLong beating DeWale to that line as he comes in 6th. DeWale 7th. Athena Leclerc, Zach's teammate, right behind him in 8th. Jason Wallet, the Drexel University car, in 9th. Josh Comfort 10th. And Ryan Wilson rounds out in the 11th position. Cale Davison, he finished out in 12th. He's that final Ball State car.
Yep. And 13th, we've got Alexander Hogarth, the 3rd of the St. Clair cars. 14th is Matt Stowecki, we now know is with James Madison University. 15th was Timothy Wilms out of Drexel. 16th is Sterling Risley out of UNC Charlotte. And rounding out this field is Jared Kaler. Unfortunate result for him. Also out of UNC Charlotte, finished 2 laps down. Didn't quite have enough cautions to get back up on the lead lap, despite all the speed he had, even after his excursion on his roof early in the race.
I don't think he can be too upset considering, like you said, he was on his roof less than halfway through that race. The fact he finished this one has got to be a relief to him. And just a bad day for UNC Charlotte rounding out our field last and second last, 17th and 16th. Rough outing. I doubt to see that too often. This Jared Kaler, as we saw, very, very quick. And I believe,
not usually the guy to get into incidents, but hit him tonight, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to be able to get our podium finishers in here on for an interview. Let's see who we get first. Andrew Williams. What a finish there, Andrew.
Yep.
How did that one feel coming across to the 3-4 on the final lap?
Oh my god, that was crazy. I thought I hit the apron with 3 to go, and I thought I had lost my chance to get to a leaf, and I just pedaled to the metal. Got to him on the last lap. I sent him into 1, couldn't get around him, and it sounds like he had a mechanical failure. Otherwise, I was gonna bump him again into 3, and hope to get around him there. But yeah, I guess it worked out. We pulled off the podium. Was not expecting a podium tonight, so I'm super thrilled.
That's awesome stuff, Andrew. And that great race tonight. Really solid podium finish, like you said. Just want to go back to that last lap with our Muhammad Ali right in front of you. Entering turn 3, you see him shoot up to the wall. What were you thinking in that moment? How were you trying to strategize getting around him, if at all?
I thought he missed his braking marker, and I thought he was going to come back down and still kind of have a run off the corner. And then, honestly, when he came back down, and he almost put me into the grass like he did at DeWale, I was terrified. I thought we were going to have a huge pile across the line. So I just, at that point, it was get through the corner and just try to get through him clean.
Perfect. Well, what a ridiculous, crazy finish for you, Andrew. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out here tonight?
Of course, I want to shout out Orangeville Racing and Clemson Esports for giving me the opportunity to race these cars week in and week out. Yeah, thanks to friends and family that helped me, support doing this.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Andrew, and congrats on the 3rd place podium position for you.
All right. Thank you.
Ready? That was Andrew Williams from Clemson University. He's our 3rd place finisher. Let's see if we can get Cade Brown up into the booth now. Here you are, Cade Brown, 2nd place. You were cruising that whole race. Did you think you were going to be able to catch Ethan Johnson at the end there?
I was hoping to save tire enough to where I had something there at the end, but Ethan was just too good and I had nothing for him. We were close earlier in the race, and I was on his bumper, got in the wall off of 2, and gave me right front damage, and that definitely hurt it. But no, I think Ethan was just too far gone.
Well, regardless of whether you're able to get to that 51 car or not, just an excellent debut for Cade Brown. For you, Cade Brown. I guess, what were your expectations coming into this race? Did you want to run up front? Did you want to run top 5, compete for wins?
I was hoping to. Me and Ethan are always competitive when we race. So I was hoping to race with Ethan wherever he was at. I really didn't have any expectations, just gonna have fun with it. But I really enjoyed that, and looking forward to running with this league.
Perfect. Well, you and Ethan Johnson cruised to that 1-2 finish for Central Carolina Community College. You two just leading 1-2 the entire race. Thank you very much. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out tonight?
Yeah, Elite Performance Industries, and then most importantly, Ethan Johnson for not wrecking the field.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Cade.
Thank you.
The 16 of Cade Brown. He's our second place finisher. He was cruising all night right behind Ethan Johnson, who was our top finisher here. Let's see if we can get Ethan up into the booth. Ethan, what a race for you, leading start to finish. How does it feel?
Right now it doesn't feel too great. I'm a little sick at the moment compared to what I was last race. So I feel like I showed a little bit of fatigue just because of I'm getting headaches looking at all this brightness right now. But I felt pretty good. Setup was a little bit better, with the fuel wise, with the longevity of it this time. So we really got to show our long run speed. But no, we got a few pretty good green flag runs, and I was pretty happy about that. You don't get a lot with these cars on this game, especially in officials and such. But it was a lot of fun coming in here and doing what we did.
Ethan, what an incredible race tonight, and it seems even better now that we're hearing about your illness, which we hope you feel better soon. But Ethan, you dominated the Clash a couple weeks ago, and things kind of went haywire for you at the end. How relieved were you to see that things went smoothly this time around?
Like I said, man, I'm just happy that the fuel was there this time. We kind of put ourselves in a bad position last race with having to have a little bit of a pit strategy, with the fuel consumption running out a little bit early. So we had to do something then, and we just didn't make it work. But I'm just glad that we got a change and was able to show strength, the entire race, especially with Cade right behind me. I'd like to give a shout out to him. Had troubles with him in the past, wrecking the field and stuff. So I just you gotta watch out what's behind you,
Absolutely. And yeah, we hope you feel better soon. Is there anybody else you'd like to shout out here tonight?
I just like to shout out Elite Performance Industries. Being a part of a team on this game is really fun, and they provide a lot of help with a lot of things, and I feel like that's part of the reason why I've gotten a lot better at this game. But just shout out to them, for having me on board with them, and just shout out my teammate Cade, for giving me a couple breaks there on some runs. But just hate to see him get to the wall and get that little bit of damage. I feel like that was kind of the end of his race.
Alrighty, thank you very much, and congratulations on the victory. Hope you feel better soon, Ethan.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, and that was Ethan Johnson, the 51 car out of Central Carolina Community College, our inaugural winner here at the CIL short track showdown.
And what a awesome performance from him.
What a race to start off our points paying season.
Jordan, dare I say we had even more drama than a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I didn't think that would be possible after the fiasco of the short fuel from a couple weeks ago in our Clash race. But with everything figured out, it didn't seem like much would happen, and then right last lap, last corner, it all comes to a head. Our Muhammad Alif a little bit of technical issues, throttle getting stuck, going way too deep. Andrew Williams making that final pass. I don't think you can end it a whole lot better than a last corner overtake for the final position.
Yeah, we had so much drama all throughout, mainly through the middle of the pack, especially with Athena Leclerc getting the 2 EOLs, finding her way all the way back through the field and finishing 8th somehow.
Yeah.
All the drama between Armahan Alif and Zachary DeWale, all the tempers there, just a lot of stuff going on. Really good television, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot Athena Leclerc could have wished for, except for maybe keeping that nose a little bit more clean. Would have loved to see where she could have ended up if she kept it running straight and not getting those 2 end-of-line penalties. Because to come back from the first end of line was already incredible, and then to get another one and then make it all the way back up to 8 is just amazing. St. Clair is 2 really strong drivers in Zachary Doyle and Athena Leclerc, both getting a little unlucky in this race, but I'm sure they'll be right in the hunt in a couple of weeks.
Now, I think the story that's going to emerge is who's going to challenge those Central Carolina cars? Can it be Athena Leclerc? Can it be Andrew Williams? Can it be Jared Kaler, who had the unfortunate accident early on? You know, who's going to be able to make things tough on them up front? Because they seem to just run the show tonight.
Yeah, both of those Central Carolina cars of Ethan Johnson and Cade Brown just dominant. Seemingly untouchable that entire race. We'll see if anything changes in a couple of weeks at Atlanta Speedway. That race coming in 2 weeks' time on February 15th. It's our next race here for this short track showdown. So we thank you all very much for watching. Thank you from myself, I'm sure Andrew Williams as well. And shout out to Matthew Nordberg, our producer for the night. Thank you all for joining us.